He's been involved in either remakes or sequels to Night of the Living Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and of course, Evil Dead. I need my gate go below, but I didn't do that late last night. So anyway, we're going to talk just a couple of seconds here, and then we're going to open up for questions. So please, let's give a warm welcome to Bill Moseley. How is it when you actually manage to hit the trifecta of horror classics?
Felt good. Felt good. When I finally got into, let's see, the third one was Night of the Living Dead. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I got in because I was so scared by the first one. It really freaked me out when I saw it back in '75 in Boston. And that scared me so much that, as I said yesterday, I ended up trying to exorcise the terror that movie struck at me by seeing it 13 times. And I figured that if I saw it a lot, I think it was my mom.
By the way, he used to live in Barrington, Illinois before he moved out, so his mom still lives there.
Hello, can I call you back? Okay. My girlfriend and my 4-year-old calling from Los Angeles. Anyway, so what I tried to do was to see it a bunch of times so that it would become so familiar that it wouldn't scare me. And instead it just drove that spike deeper into me. So what happened was that, as I mentioned yesterday, I ended up doing about a 4.5-minute video called the Texas Chainsaw Manicure, which I sent, got a copy to Toby Hooper. And in the Chainsaw Manicure, I did a cameo as the hitchhiker character from the original Chainsaw. And Toby was impressed by that for some reason. I mean, all I said was, hey, we should celebrate with some head cheese. And I actually had like a lump of head cheese and licked it, actually, one of the takes, which was rude, but nonetheless, I guess appropriate for the part. And Toby saw that and was so excited that he saw something, I guess, that most people didn't see. That he, when Ed Neal wanted, I guess, too much money to be in Chainsaw 2, Toby just had Canon Films call me. Now I found this out later. I didn't, I was just, it was all part of a magical, it was magic to me. I mean, the fact that I could be so affected by a movie and see it a lot and become so familiar with it, and then somehow, some way, as part of really a series of chance and luck and just really kind of magic, get a call saying, how would you like to be in the sequel? I mean, that to me was, to this day, I still think of that as proof positive that there is, some strange power out there. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but, the fact that I, was offered that part. Again, I'd never met Toby Hooper until we actually started shooting. I never auditioned for the movie. So it just kind of came out of, pretty much out of nowhere. And then, because of that, on Chainsaw 2, I worked with the special effects guy, Tom Savini, and AKA the King of Splatter. And Tom was an old, associate of George Romero, and when it came time for George to do a remake, or he wanted to do a remake of Night of the Living Dead, I think for a number of different reasons, George chose Tom to direct. And so Tom, having worked with me on Chainsaw 2, called me up and said, I'm sending you a script for Night of the Living Dead. I want you to read it and pick any parts you want. Any parts you want, you got. I said, great. So the script came and I read it, and I picked the guy in the basement because it looked like he was going to work longer and therefore make more money. That's a longer gig. So I called Tom up and said, yeah, I want to be the guy in the basement. And Tom said, I'm sorry, let me clarify. Pick any part, just make sure it's Johnny. So, so then I went out and rented an old Boris Karloff movie called Die, Monster, Die. And because I had to study Boris Karloff's accent. Because Russ Stringer, the original Johnny, he did kind of a fair and middling job of Boris Karloff accent. But but I figured it was all about the Boris Karloff accident. So I rented Die Monster Die, and I just kind of replayed it and really, kept practicing until I got it down. So I was able to say, "To get you, Barbara," and that was important because that was like a horror classic line, so you have to be, you have to treat it with respect. And then we had a long shot of me and Barbara, Patty Tallman, walking, a long tracking shot in the graveyard. So I started, because Patty was so uptight, they had her such a prim and proper woman, and I just started making stuff up as we were walking. So I came up with, "Now, honey, Barbara, they've been dead a long time." And George liked that, Tom liked it, so, they thought that was funny, so they kept that in the movie. And then finally, Evil Dead, I really can't remember, and maybe somebody could help me to tell me when, which came first, Evil Dead or the remake of Night of the Living Dead? Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. So Army of Darkness came out, I think that was 90 or 91, maybe, and Night of the Living Dead. So they were pretty much, they were pretty close. What happened was that I had gone to see Evil Dead 2 in Los Angeles with my then pregnant girlfriend. So that must have been 16 years ago, because that's how old our daughter is. And when Evil Dead 2 came out, like I said, I had just saw it 2, so maybe, I don't know when it came out, but whenever it did. I actually saw that at a movie theater in Los Angeles called Mann's Chinese Theater with a gigantic screen. They only showed it for a week. I think it kind of snuck in there somehow. It was unrated. It was, Renaissance Pictures, released unrated. And I thought it was fantastic. I got so excited by Evil Dead 2. To this day, it's still one of my favorite movies. And what happens to me is when I get excited about movies like that, I start, I want to be in them. What I really want to do is I want to get out of my seat in the theater, and I want to, run up to the screen and dive in and just be a part of it. And that's the way I felt about Evil Dead 2. I just thought, man, oh man, I've got to be in this. So I'm a November baby, so I made a scorpion vow that I was going to be in Evil Dead 3. And actually my fantasy was that Toby Hooper would see Evil Dead 2 and say, "Oh yeah, we'll take that," and do like a really, like a Chainsaw 3 that was like one better than Evil Dead 2, and then Sam Raimi, they'd get into this kind of competition that maybe I could kind of shuttle back and forth as an actor in the movies. But anyway, so I just, Evil Dead 2, it really fired me up. So I ended up contacting Sam Raimi, who it turned out was a Chop Top fan. And we actually ended up meeting at Musso and Frank's, an old Hollywood establishment, for drinks, in the chat. And Sam liked me, and I liked Sam, so I ended up getting, I auditioned for, I can't remember what the part was. I just remember they wanted English accents for Evil Dead 3, so I came in, and for my audition, I declaimed the poem, The Jabberwocky. That's like the only thing I can really do with like an English accent. And I'm not even that good at English accents, but figured all those strange words that it would kind of sound English. So I got hired as, so Bob Tapper, the producer, called me up and asked me if I could ride a horse. And I said, yeah, sure, absolutely. And I could, actually, which was good. So they hired me ultimately as the new captain of the Deadite Army. So I ended up for weeks and weeks doing sword fighting, training, riding horses, just doing all kinds of fun stuff. And when it came time for the actual movie, I'm buried under about 20 pounds of KNB rubber, so it's kind of hard to see me. I had a lot of physical stuff, a lot of kind of dangerous stunt stuff in it. The one scene I did, I had a great scene with Bruce Campbell, which hit the floor. So, and I don't think it's on any one of the 13 different DVD versions of Army of Darkness. So I think that's lost forever. But it was a lot of fun, and it just made me realize, or reminded me that with Bruce Campbell, it's one of the great horror comedy talents of our time. I just was so excited to be in the scene with him. I mean, just to see him from across the lot, but I mean, to actually do some acting with him was really a lot of fun.